for the first time in their history, have beaten Appalachian State. Final score in Norfolk, Old Dominion 28, App State 21.
Same people who are saying we're great now are the same people that were saying we couldn't play dead in the Western, 6 weeks ago. So
you're watching the ODU Coaches Show on News 3.
Well, coming off a big home win, it's time to hit the road for the Monarchs. And with that, we welcome you to the Old Dominion Football Coaches Show. Ricky, Rahne, Marc Davis, and Coach, had to be nice to get back here, get a win, hard-fought win in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, what a great crowd. It was a great atmosphere. I thought our crowd really came out. They helped us a lot. I thought there was a lot of energy. It was pretty full and that sort of thing. So really want to say thanks first and foremost to everybody, because that really helped us out, and it was a hard-fought win, and we needed it. And that's a great football program with some great players. So it was good to be back here and get that win.
Your last 6 games have all been decided by a score or less. I mean, what does that say about you guys? Is that a confidence booster? You guys are in every game. Does it tell you guys, hey, what we're doing is working? I mean, football's a game where I guess one thing has to go your way sometimes, but you guys are in all these games.
What it tells us is that preparation is going to be the key, right? And we never know what play is going to be the difference in the game. Everyone always thinks it's the last play of the game, right? But there's plays in the second and third quarter that could be the difference in the game. So it tells us we got to go 1-0 each and every time, each and every play, because we don't know which one's going to be the difference, and they're all so important.
The offense, we saw kind of a good balance from you guys between the run and the pass. Is that the closest to how this offense is supposed to look that you've seen?
Well, I would say, Louisiana, we were there as well. I think we're getting there. We continue to work on it and get there. There's some really, really good things that we did in the game. We only had 10 drives, which is, kind of unusual. They did a nice job of holding on to the ball, and really we didn't go that fast either. So there weren't a whole lot of plays in the game, but we were able to score and put some points on the board, and obviously getting that last one was huge.
It feels like we've seen a different person step up. This kind of goes along the lines of the consistency and getting everything together. We've seen like a different person step up. Sometimes it's been a running back, sometimes it's been a wide receiver. Different people have big games each game for you guys. Is that an example of you guys just taking what the defense is giving you?
I think that's part of it. I think, that's the thing we keep striving for, is to have multiple guys step up in one game, right? But some guys stepped up and made some huge plays. I thought Grant played pretty well, made some plays kind of outside of the framework of the offense, but also operated the offense very well as well. Javon, obviously a huge 4th down catch. It was great to see Jalen Butler get that 2-point catch, and him get a couple catches in the game. He blocked really well in this game, and that really helped us. There's some different guys stepping up for sure.
How has Grant handled, I'll rephrase that. It seems like Grant has handled everything, the ups and downs of the season, pretty well, kind of stayed the course. Now he's back doing what you guys need him to do.
I think he handled things particularly well this week. There were some things that maybe didn't go perfect, and he was able to overcome those things. He didn't panic when things didn't go right. He didn't get too high when things went well. So I thought this was probably his best game of doing that.
The sacks seem to have improved a little bit since those first 3 games. What's been the key to that?
Well, I think we're getting the ball out quicker. I think we certainly are protecting better. I think our running backs and tight ends are protecting better. And that's really helped us too, because some of those sacks were on them. So they've done that. And then I just think we're IDing things better. Also, we're running the ball at a more effective rate. And I think that when you can do that, it's going to help your pass rush and all those sort of things.
Well, and then on the defensive side of the ball, your defense has really stepped up when it's counted the last 2 games for you guys. Obviously, that goal line stand against Southern Miss, and then this stand here last week, Keandre Harris with those 2 pass breakups. Your defense has to be wowing you at the right times.
Yeah, we're playing well at the right times. Once again, we kind of let up some plays that we didn't let up the rest of the game to get to that point of that drive. But when they needed it, they stepped up, and absolutely, Keandre, some huge plays right there, really stepped up. And I think the play that people, aren't talking about a lot is, we got the guy, on the ground, earlier they threw the ball to flat to the running back who got him in bounds, and that made him use their last timeout. That was a huge play right there. So I think that was another one where the corners kind of stepped up and made a great play.
Well, next up for your offense, your defense, your entire team hitting the road to face a ranked JMU team. We're going to dive into the Dukes with Coach when the Old Dominion Football Coaches Show continues right after this.
Snap is good. Dwayne gets into it. This is a booming drive, and it's going to bounce at the 7-yard line and hustle, fellas, and they're going to get it inside the 1. What a boot from Dwayne. Wilson rolling that way. Now he's looking back the other way. Pass is going to be caught for a 2-point conversion. Oh, what a play by Isaiah Page.
Ted Alexander on the call there. 94.1, the Old Dominion Sports Radio Network. Be sure to catch Ted if you can't make it out to the games all season long. And Coach, a big one coming up here for you guys. They're all the same, trying to go 1-0, but the 20 be kind of a dual threat there for you guys too.
Yeah, I mean, I think always game manager comes across as like a negative thing, right?
Oh yeah, no, I certainly didn't mean it like that.
No. I mean, but he'll take his shots down the field.
Yep.
You know, and he's got good feet. Where he can make some plays with his legs. I mean, he came in, showed some toughness last game. He got drilled, was out for a second, then all of a sudden he comes back and he's running all over the field. So, I mean, he's really done a nice job for them. And I just think the ball goes where it's supposed to go, and I think they do a nice job of designing that sort of stuff.
You guys focus so much of what goes on between the white lines, obviously, but this is going to be one of the loudest atmospheres I think you probably play in all season long. Is there anything extra you do to prepare for that?
No, I think our guys have handled the sound pretty well. I mean, we played in, Marshall was loud, Tech was obviously loud. I mean, even Southern Miss, it got pretty loud there. The sound kind of stays in there pretty good. So, no, we just got to go out there and execute. I mean, our guys have been pretty good with that. So we need to make sure that we know part of that is playing well, right? And trying to keep the crowd out of it. So we're expecting a hostile crowd, and that's what, makes these type of games so fun.
How much do you notice that as a coach on the sideline when you're just so focused on the game? I mean, does it ever come across where you think, wow, this is pretty noisy in here?
I'm a 2-ear headset guy.
Yeah, sure.
I don't like this. I don't like the single one. Like, it pinches my head. I hate it. So but you'll see me sometimes. I'll take it off and have one ear off and that sort of thing. But no, I mean, people were telling me how loud it was in our game last week, and I didn't really hear it, because you're kind of covered up, and you're so focused on everything else that, you're not too, you don't really notice those sort of things.
Right, fantastic. That's awesome. And Old Dominion faces James Madison tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on ESPNU. A big opportunity for Old Dominion Saturday as they take aim at 25th ranked James Madison. The players, of course, look to take every game the same, but even they admit there's a little bit of extra juice to this one.
Got a lot of respect for them. They're a really good football program, really good just historical program overall. So we know a lot of guys on that team, like you said. So there's going to be some motivation there. Obviously, some guys that are going to have a little extra, on Saturday, but like I said, we got a lot of respect for them, and we're just focused on going 1-0 in practice this week and getting better every day.
Yeah, I would definitely say there's a little extra juice. I mean, it is a rivalry game, sold-out crowd, road game, so I'll definitely say it's extra juice.
So the Monarchs ready to get back at it, get to Harrisonburg, and try to get a win, and we're back here with Coach now. Our chance to bring your questions to him, and Coach, our first one comes via video. Take a look.
I've known you a long time. I guess my biggest question is, when did you really become a hockey fan? Because I've been a hockey guy my whole life, and now you're a big hockey fan. When did that happen?
All right, so that is my high school head coach.
Yep.
Who I absolutely love. One of my favorite people on the planet. Made me love football, and honestly, he took me to my first hockey game.
Did he really?
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know that. So he's always played hockey, and his kids played hockey, and so we went to a hockey game. It was in like an outdoor rink. I didn't even know it was there. I got absolutely whipped by the NCAA. I mean, he was light heavyweight champion. The national champion. I got whipped by him. And I was a bleeder, right? So if I got hit in the nose, I would bleed.
Right.
So I'm boxing a kid, and where I boxed, it was the police. So they would do it to kids that were down in trouble, they would bring these kids and have them box to try to keep them out of trouble. So I boxed, and I would be boxing those kids, and I remember my aunt came and watched me because my mom couldn't come. And I mean, I beat the kid and I won.
Right.
But I mean, I'm like the Bayonne bleeder, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, and I've got blood everywhere, and my aunt was like, your mother can never come watch you. And yeah, it's great. I tell her, I want our quarterbacks to box. I don't want them to get hit in the face because their mothers would be terrified with that. But
sure.
It's the exact same footwork as throwing a football. And it was the thing that I think I needed most in my life at that time. And I absolutely think that changed my entire career of being a quarterback.
Amazing. That's amazing. And I don't think people would think about that, boxing correlating to football at all. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to think it's so awesome, 30 years from now or whatever, but it certainly was cool at the time.
Yeah, that's really cool stuff. Kind of lifting the curtain there a little bit. Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us today. We're going to hear more from Tom Thenell coming up after the break. Monarchs and Dukes take the field tomorrow, 8 p.m. on ESPNU. Coach, best of luck to you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Ricky Rahne has many mentors in the coaching profession. One of them we heard from earlier, Tom Thenell. Thenell, Rahne's former high school coach, and we sat down with him earlier this week to get his thoughts on his player turned FBS head coach.
Tom Thenell knew he had something early on with Ricky Rahne at Bear Creek High School.
He was a little tiny, scrawny kid who wanted to be a quarterback so bad. And you could see the honest belief.
A commitment to becoming great showing on and off the field.
Between his junior and senior in high school, I made him go box at the Denver Police Brotherhood. It made a change in him that helped him, I think, grow and develop in the rest of his life too.
From throwing haymakers in the ring to throwing for more than 3,100 yards as a senior in high school, before Rahne ultimately breaking more than 30 passing records at Cornell.
There's an old rivalry with the school. When he was coming out of high school, they had the more high-profile quarterback playing for them, and I remember Ricky accounting for 7 touchdowns and beating them 52-48 or something. Knowing and understanding the character and the leadership of this kid, the Ivy League was stealing one.
Thenell was there for his former star quarterback when he was ready to make the change from an everyday life job to being back on the sidelines.
And he walked into my school one day and said, I can't do this anymore. Can you help me find a GA job or call somebody, or I think I want to coach. And then pretty soon he had the GA gig, and the rest is history.
Now coaching at Colorado Mesa University, Thenell has watched Rahne ascend the coaching ladder through schools like Vanderbilt, Kansas State, and Penn State before getting his first head coaching gig with Old Dominion.
If he took anything from me, it was not being afraid to take a chance.
Just like the joy he had in watching Rahne develop into a record-breaking passer, Thenell's still getting that same delight seeing the kid he once put in a boxing ring fighting for wins with the Monarchs.
People who really probably know me or don't know me very well probably say that guy never smiles. And when I see Ricky on television or Ricky doing his thing, I smile.
For this week's Old Dominion Football Coaches Show, I'm Zach Staten.
And that wraps up this edition of the Old Dominion Football Coaches Show. Old Dominion and JMU tangle Saturday night at 8 p.m. on ESPNU. For Zach Staten and Ricky Rahne, I'm Marc Davis. Have a great weekend, everybody, and go Monarchs.